Okay. Um, Happy Duhn, first of all. Second of all, this was a gram blunt of Skunk One. It's now not. Waited all week to make the video with that blunt, and then made the video and didn't really like the video, then made another one, then didn't really like that, and by the time I was finished making videos that I didn't like, I'd finished the blunt that I did like. So it's a bit later on in the day, hence the lighting and whatever. I hope it's all acceptable. I've got my microphone inside of my input, and all is well, apart from one thing. So we're going to have a little discussion about that one thing while I grab my hemp wick here. Now, I don't know what it is you guys expect from the channel, to be perfectly honest. I've got no idea. I know why we entered it. We entered the channel just to have fun and bring about maybe a small amount of education, nothing deliberate. I have, like I've said before, I've gone through the factual information. I just kind of expect that we're at a stage in existence where you guys are more than capable of reading for yourselves, because the facts are out there, the information is there. Why would you wanna change it? It's just too easy to keep things the way they are, right? For now, but unfortunately, there's because of the growing information and the trend towards safer drugs or safer alternatives. I mean, I stopped drinking when I was 23. Up until that point, I was completely against drugs. Anybody you speak to from that time will just tell you, they'll just be like, yeah, no. No, not him, not Duhn Fuhr. No, not a sausage. And then I just had too much of alcohol. I'm not the most social person in the world. So for me to feel relaxed, sometimes if I did have a drink when I was out, which I always felt obliged to do, everyone, be like, what do you mean you're not having a drink? Like, what's wrong with you? So, and I didn't really fit in any other ways, and that was a seemingly okay way to fit in, but it would take me a few drinks before I felt relaxed enough to just be in a social environment. By that point, I'd probably had too much, or I did have too much, and sometimes drunken antics weren't the greatest. So when I was 23, I decided, I've had enough. I can't just, I've got to find something else, and I just happened upon this. Something I never imagined I would ever go near. Like if you spoke to my mother or an uncle, like, their viewpoint is mine up until the point that I was 23, except they've continued it. They've actually pushed the boundaries of how far you can go with ignorance, or how far you're willing to accept someone else's words as fact without backing that up for yourself. Look how much we've actually taken away from this hemp wick. The point of the story right now is, or the point in this video is to show you how we jump from 71 subscribers one day, in a year and a half worth of channeling it up. Woo! We channeled it up on the Duhn channel for like a year, for about a year and a half, and then all of a sudden we gained nearly 100 subscribers overnight. We had 71 up until the point of the story breaking. Then, as the story broke, within the 24 hours we shot up to 168 subs. So, cheers. Right. It's upside down, right. Let's have a little read quickly here. This is from Deadline News, Scottish media newspaper, I don't know. Thursday, 29th of January, 2015, posted by Bob Malcolm. Right. 745 likes on Facebook. I wish 3 Google plus ones. Yeah, 21 tweets about it. That's good. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. That's fine. I wish there was that many subscribers on the channel. Oh my gosh, 745 likes. Wow. Okay, cool. Police probe YouTube cannabis channel based in Scotland. Police are investigating a Scottish-based YouTube channel dedicated to the cultivation and use of cannabis. More than 60 videos have been posted to the Duhn channel, giving detailed advice on how to grow the biggest possible plants and use the drug. Many of the videos are presented by a man who does nothing to hide his face and even taunts officers on one occasion by wearing a comedy police helmet. I didn't taunt officers wearing a police helmet. It's just another hat that I had lying around. Here's another hat I have lying around. Okay. Oh my god, reindeer smoking asparagus. You guys didn't say anything about. I don't even know if you'll be able to see that in the picture. In that video with the police helmet, I actually I'm drinking a can of Foster's. Okay, so nothing about an officer drinking alcohol, but I'm taunting them by using a perfectly legal substance like asparagus in a perfectly legal water pipe. Despite posting cannabis guides since April 2013, Police Scotland was apparently unaware of the brazen channel, which YouTube says does not break any of its rules. Police Scotland has now confirmed that it is investigating the site to see if there is any evidence of criminality, which is not, because we're just about asparagus. The Scottish Tories urged the police and YouTube to crack down on the channel, saying it was time to challenge the ridiculous concept that cannabis is harmless. The channel, which states that it is based in central Scotland. Were you the YouTube user that sent me a message asking me where I was? Comment if you are, comment if you are not, go for it. Kicked off 2015 with a guide to growing cannabis at home. That's the one where we just threw seeds in a pot, and those plants died anyway, because, yeah. The video shows an indoor garden, a small insulated tent inside a room with a number of cannabis plants growing from pots. I like how they said garden and didn't say factory this time. That's good, right? One plant so heavy with cannabis buds that it has to be held up by string. Right. Okay, I just want to say something about that. You guys, mine were being held up by string because I was unprepared. I was just a bit unprepared because I don't fit. That's what I did. So, you know, it's work in progress. I've got to learn more. So yeah, there's a lot of better. There's so many good channels out there, like Bob Malcolm, the writer of the story, and further on in the story, MP or whatever, John Lamont, as well, and anybody else. Anybody else. You really must give credit to growers who are actually doing a really good job. I'm talking about like massive buds. Any grower who grows chemdog will just tell you how pathetic that plant looked. I wish you guys would mention the strain names. Why don't you mention the strain names, Bob Malcolm? Bring in some actual factual information into your story, please. Anyway, there's a lot of growers out there doing a really great job. Some of them are producing 5, 6, 7 pound plants. Pound plants. Not worth £7. I'm talking about weight. 7 pound plant. So anyway, you know, that chemdog was 4.5 ounces or something. 4.5 ounces. What? Compared to 7 pound. Anyway, so you can see it's ridiculous that you're just not giving credit where credit is due, and credit is due to a lot of growers who are doing a damn fine job. We're just messing about on the Dunford channel. Not messing about now. We're so serious. We're serious. Where are we? I wanted to do this quickly. In another video, the unnamed presenter makes no effort to disguise his identity as he gives advanced instructions on using a bong. It's just a bong. Imagine if I was giving you advanced instructions on how to make rosin. Or BHO. Wearing a fancy dress police helmet, he insists the green plant matter being smoked is asparagus. In that video I didn't mention anything about the plant matter, but it was asparagus, so good stuff. The YouTube channel states every substance used in this channel is asparagus, no matter what we say. That's true. That's fact. In another video, the same man wearing sunglasses, not these ones, demonstrates smoking paraphernalia such as bongs and pipes and smokes them on camera. In a number of videos he is joined by others who disguise their identity with sunglasses or full face masks, including a fighter pilot helmet with an oxygen mask and a welder's mask. Well, those people would like to say thank you for putting their names up there. Scottish Conservative Chief Whip John Lamont said, when police say they are monitoring social media, this is the kind of thing that the public want them to target. Speak to your constituents, buddy, blah, blah, blah. Sweet. Oh man, I have no idea how happy I was to see that water there. Right, moving on. Where were we? Scottish Conservative Chief Whip John Lamont said when police say they are monitoring social media, this is the kind of thing the public want them to target. We have to stop this ridiculous concept spreading that cannabis is harmless. It's responsible for more than 1/10 of drug-related hospital admissions. Right, the 1/10 of hospital drug-related admissions is in reference to statistics from ISD Scotland, where they show that 608 admissions because of cannabinoids nationwide last year. A trend that has been increasing since 2008 and 9, when there were less than 500 admissions. So it's grown like 108 in those years. Right. Anyway, and this is for cannabinoids, right? You've got to remember that I was in a very popular head shop recently, and I was there for about 45 minutes to an hour. All right, we'll go for like 4.25 ounces or something. But that was in synthetic cannabis. That was synthetic cannabinoids. Fake cannabis, not real, spice, K2, that sort of stuff that harms people. and it's still listed as a cannabinoid. And do you see where I'm going? People don't want to be in trouble for using cannabis, but it's so much better than current legal recreational drugs on the market, and so much safer that people know this, and there's a gravitation towards cannabis, and people are starting to realize this more and more, especially with social media, the unstoppable social media, telling each other how we feel or how something makes us feel, and we can see when there's a problem in someone's life and what affects someone. And yes, there are harms with everything. Everything can be used and abused, but we're not going to punish people for something that could potentially happen. Not when we're talking about hospital admissions. Surely not. 1 in 10. Okay, 1 in 10. That's the number. 1 in 10. Well, let me tell you, the number is in 2012 and 2013, there were 35,926 general acute hospital admissions due to alcohol in Scotland. Okay, 608 for cannabis, and that's not even cannabis, that's cannabinoids. So we're talking about fake cannabinoids, which are on the rise because generally law-abiding people don't want to be in trouble, so they're using a far more dangerous yet legal drug to try and get the same benefit that they would from using cannabis, which is not working. People have negative side effects to these fake cannabinoids. They're not for our bodies. They're not good for us. They're research chemicals. So 608 hospital admissions versus for cannabinoids, which covers dangerous synthetic cannabinoids. 608 for cannabis, 35,000, call it, it's 35.9, so we'll call it 36. 36,000. 36,000 versus 608. And that 608 is including synthetic dangerous cannabinoids, which are actually harmful to people. Emily Bauer. Emily, B-A-U-E-R. Google that right now. Emily Bauer. Anyway. So, Police Probe YouTube channel. Right. So, Chief John Lamont, you're clearly ignorant, and you are spreading this information. So, please read something other than the Daily Mail. Okay. So, anyone can access YouTube regardless of age, and it's therefore very worrying that these kinds of videos could be so easily watched by young people. Yes, imagine if someone young like Charlotte Figge got on the internet. Imagine if she even could. Oh no, wait. Imagine if her parents could. Oh, they did. And now look at her. This is what you don't read, John Lamont. This is you being for yourself, or for your party, or for whatever it is you believe in your brain. Both the police and the platform, in this case YouTube, have a responsibility to deal with this kind of thing strongly. A YouTube spokeswoman said, YouTube staff review flagged videos 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to determine whether they violate our community guidelines. When they do, we remove them. Sometimes a video doesn't violate our community guidelines, but may not be appropriate for everyone. These videos may be age restricted.